Wait 6 months to get my hands on this thing. This is the weighted Highland cow, and this is...
Welcome back to NBA Cinema. So look, guys, we got to talk about it as Charles Barkley is the latest to call Steph out and say that he wouldn't be as good in the era that they played in. And you got to remember, Isaiah Thomas has some words about Steph Curry on Draymond's podcast, which we're going to get into. Also, we're going to check out what Magic has said in the past. I believe this all started when he went on Gilbert Arenas' show and says that's a conversation between him and Magic, who's the greatest point guard of all time. However, he has himself at the top. Are you the best point guard ever?
Yes. Is Magic? Is it the conversation?
We can look at stats all day. I'm thinking about the 90s growing up. There was nobody trying to be a 6'9" point guard, right? But I can witness and watch every kid trying to be Curry. The influence that you really have on a game from the position as a player. I look at the stats and say, okay, Magic and Curry.
I really feel like Magic's resume is ridiculous. So the fact that we're even having that conversation, it's a place I never thought I'd be in. To your point, like how you graded in the whole conversation, that's why we have the conversations, because it's fun. Measuring errors against each other, and I love that's what basketball, that's what sports is all about. That's why people watch. That's why people get heated debates about it. I love it. You put me on my own team, I'm gonna rep myself for sure. But Magic, that's a lofty resume to shoot for, right? I'm still going. See what happens. Come on.
Okay, so if he got more than 5 championships, if he got more than 3 Finals MVP and 3 league MVPs, then he's the greatest. If he got more than number 1 in assists all time in the finals, number 2 in double doubles, number 1 in triple doubles, all time in the NBA playoffs, number 4 in steals all time in the playoffs. If he got more than those numbers, he's the best.
Well said. Let me ask you this. Look at that. Usually those GOAT debates don't end very quickly. Magic Johnson dropping the hammer here on CBS Radio.
No, I'm just saying, if he got more than all those things, he's the best. But
that's a lofty resume to shoot for, right? I'm still going. I see what happens. Come on.
Okay, so if he got more than 5 championships, if he got more than 3 Finals MVP and 3 league MVPs, then he's the greatest. If he got more than number 1 in assists all time in the finals, number 2 in double doubles, number 1 in triple doubles, all time in the NBA playoffs, number 4 in steals all time in the playoffs. If he got more than those numbers, he's the best.
Well said. Let me ask you this. Look at that. Usually those GOAT debates don't end very quickly. Magic Johnson dropping the hammer here on CBS Radio.
No, I'm just saying, if he got more than all those things, he's the best. But the last time I checked, he doesn't.
How do you look at the all-time great point guard conversation?
When you define the position of point guard, this is the era where they say we are positional. But then you want to say, okay, well, he's a point guard, he's not a point guard. And the Golden State Warriors, you are the point guard. You have more assists than Steph. You bring the ball up. You initiate the offense. You set the defense. You run the show. Steph comes off doing screens, he catches, and he shoots. And he's one of the greatest shooters ever. I run a different way. As a point guard, I led my team, and I may be the only one who studied as a point guard, where I've led my team in scoring and assists to back-to-back championships. When I look at Steph, when he talks about the people that he's emulated, he talks about Reggie Miller, he talks about Ray Allen, but when we talk about the point guard position, the way I was taught and the way I think of it, for the Golden State Warriors, he's point guard, and that's okay. Thomas said, and he loves Steph Curry and thinks that Steph Curry is the greatest shooter ever. He said that he was playing in our era, he would not have averaged more than 18 points per year. The rules would have allowed him to rest on his shoulder and to be physical in such a way that he wouldn't have been able to get the shot off. Okay. The rules would have allowed that when he came to the paint, we were going to make him feel us. And he wasn't going to be in any position to run around as much as he can. The first few years, Steph Curry was leading. What was his issue? He had ankle problems. There were legitimate questions as to how long would his career last because he kept getting his ankle injuries. Well, those old school guys said, well, what do you think? You think we would have just let him run by us?
This fall, heel pain and sore arches won't stop you. Hand-stitched leather boots deliver lasting comfort. Arch support eases pain, keeps autumn walks comfortable and strong. Waterproof shoes built to last. Handle wet leaves, tailgates, rainy hikes, aging into rich patina. Ankle guard locks in stability, protecting against sprains when trails get slick. Grip tracks soles keep steps steady on tailgates, pumpkin patches, sidewalks. Lowest price guarantee, plus risk-free 30-day trial and free returns.
Hi, this is Jake at Optering. An exposure report scans the web for companies selling your personal information. You can report with screenshots and details for 80 to 100 sites listing your info. Exposure reports are free and available within 24 hours. All you need is an Optering account. Here's how to get your free exposure report. First, go to Optering.com to sign up. Next, fill out the form to create your free account. Enter your name, email, country, and create a password. Then click Continue. Next, enter your city, state, and birth year. You can also enter your birthday and month and middle name for even more accurate results. Finally, click See Results. Your exposure report is being created and will be emailed to you in 24 hours. The exposure report shows you where your information is being sold online. Contact these companies directly and request removal. Or sign up for a paid plan with Optering and we'll handle the removal process for you.
We had Charles Barkley speak on the situation. He was at Royal University Speaker Series, and he talked about Steph Curry playing in the 1980s and 90s with Chuck Taylor. He says this about today's game. He says, there's no physicality whatsoever. We would have beat the hell out of that game. Seriously. I love Steph Curry. You think Steph Curry could have took the beatings that Michael Jordan took? Seriously, think about this. Go back and look at the last game. The way the Pistons, what's crazy about it, what makes it really crazy, they just got 2 free throws. The way they were hitting Michael Jordan today, if you did it, you get suspended for a month. They just got 2 free throws back in my day. And so that's how Charles Barkley is looking at it. And let me say this. The game would have been played a little bit different. Obviously, you think about a coach like Mark Jackson going out on a limb, revolutionizing the game, allowing Steph and Clay to shoot 3-pointers with that volume, and kind of creating that style for them to be the best versions of themselves. What Steph had played that way, usually a guy that size, you would have been able to defend and pressure the ball a little bit better than Steph can, and also you would have played more from the pure point guard position. I don't know if they're running double and triple screens for a player like that. You think about Steph, he's an anomaly. Brendan Davidson and blew up, came along at the right time. And the way that the game was, as far as, you know, when Steve Nash started winning the MVP, a lot of the physicality on the perimeter that it used to be was going away a little bit. So he came along at the right time, and he flourished. He's having a Hall of Fame career. Can't take nothing away from him. Got to put him, you know, as high as you can on any list, you know, as far as where it belongs to Steph. Earned that, but when I look at the game, I do understand what they're saying somewhat. Averaging 18 isn't a bad thing, by the way, back in those days. A lot of the teams played inside out, so you have to look at it like this. Steph probably would have been a guy. If you're talking about 80, he'd probably be shooting no more than 3 3-pointers a game. With the way he would have played, there's been some more lower scoring affairs. Depending on what team he would have been on. So, yeah, man, it's always tough with errors, you know, to say that. Because on one hand, you could say it's very physical, and he would have struggled with that, struggle handling the ball against pressure and all that. On the other hand, you could say in this era, Mark Jackson unlocked him, and he had a coach that catered to his skill set, you know, like, and allowed him to go out there and be himself, because that's half the battle in basketball. And Steph, you know, trying to keep up with him is easier said than done. See, when you take that Reggie Miller, Rip Hamilton, Steph Curry route, you could say that you will be able to guard a player or you'll be able to stop a player, but you're running through multiple screens as well. That's why many people will say they would rather guard Michael Jordan and those type of players that will even score 60, 65 on you, because when you guard somebody like Steph, you know, they were saying Dellavedova went straight to the hospital after those games. Patrick Beverly said it's going to be a long night, you got to sleep, because it's not just trying to stay in front of them, you know, out on the perimeter, he got the ball in his hand. You're doing a lot of staying with him away from the ball, so you just kind of get, and Steph don't get tired. So even if you fight through the first few screens, he typically wears an opponent down over the course of the game.
I'm just tired. I gotta go into this whole story, bro. Yo, I miss Brian, bro. Oh my God, bro, we back.